Oh, yeah, yeah.
Here, I'll just go start
Dude,
tackling
yours
the.
is so much louder than mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sounded like a waterfall around the corner. My gracious. Good googly moogly.
Here, I'll start working on this one. So anyway, this week on Snack Pack.
Did you come up with the topic?
Um, so what are your thoughts on Kamala?
Kamala?
Yeah.
Mine was actually, what are your thoughts on the illegal immigration
Oh.
status right now,
Oh
the
wait,
border crisis?
is Kamala the annoying little bald kid on PBS?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Oh. I think I've been thinking of the wrong person this whole election cycle.
No, I was gonna ask actually,
Uh,
in elementary school, you went to public school, elementary, right?
yeah.
Public school all the way.
Yep.
What was your team?
The Tigers.
Okay,
What was your team?
the Coyotes.
What
The
about what
Coyotes.
about the Crusaders?
Oh yeah, that was the Christian school that I went
Yeah,
to,
I
but the
didn't.
public school was the Coyotes. How do you remember that?
We went to Bella's sister's volleyball game last night.
Oh,
So
okay,
I didn't know that's what it was. We ran into Squid there. He hates me.
that's funny. Yeah, we know.
We,
That's why
I
it's just us two playing.
tried some small talk and yeah, yeah. He's literally on Among Us right now instead of playing with me. I don't know. You could try talking to
I
the guy,
know.
see what's up.
He goes through spurts like this.
I'm getting literally clean this whole building without going up any ladder or anything, which is good, I guess. That's kind of what the achievement required.
I actually can't. I can get to the third
Yeah,
story.
yeah, that's fun. That's I was gonna leave you the little building. I can tackle the big one, and then we gotta go inside and clean the inside of this too. Anyway,
My word.
I know we don't.
I thought this was a game.
I take pride in my imaginary work.
You know, you can actually get paid to do this in real life. Uh, like, I could hook
I'm,
you up with a guy. No, so anyway, my topic was about the elementary and stuff like that. Did you ever try to do a money making scheme or a business or anything like that in elementary?
mm, actually, I don't think so. Like, no like lemonade stands or anything. It was little. There
You're
was,
rich anyway. You didn't
yeah,
need
that's
it.
true. Pouring
Forgot
plastic
you're
spoon in my
white.
mouth. So the people with silver spoons have to wash it and reuse it. We use plastic spoons because we didn't care about it. We could afford.
Yeah.
But no, well, it's because I was a small town, so it was like I really could. I mean, the stealing stuff from the convenience store count as a money making scheme?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's what I was going for too.
that's still gum all the time. I remember it was like with like Wednesdays and stuff, we'd have like little youth church things up at the community center in town, and so I'd go to that just because I liked hanging out with people and stuff. And we went over to the convenience store during it, and I like had stole a pack of gum. And whenever my friends found out, all they did was roast me for the type of gum I had decided to steal. Saying it wasn't good. I should have at least gotten a good one.
I don't think I've ever stolen something, dude. Like, honestly, I'm trying to think back if I ever have. Somebody asked me once, like, what's the worst thing that I've done, like, in that type of stuff, and honestly, I can't remember anything. I was like,
I
goody two shoes, man.
I
Never lived life on
was
the edge.
not, and I don't want to talk about it on stream. Yeah, get us to
I
100,
know,
get
I
us to
know.
100 subscribers, and I'll talk about it. I can be the special.
Talk about your time at
Yeah,
Lenny's Convenience or whatever.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Anyway, that was a money making scheme right there.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Under subscriber special. Um, no, I did. So I was the same way with the plastic spoon thing and everything. Then I had a rich friend growing up, so I would do all my money making schemes pretty much on his parents. They were like the supportive parents that they gave allowance and they would pay him for his chores and everything like that. So we would
What?
we would do everything for them. We would put on shows for them and charge for like tickets. We would we made a book once, like the robots go to school, and we drew all the pictures. Or they were one of a kind because we made two, one for my parents and one for his parents, and charged $1 for each of them. We thought we were like big stuff, man. Like I thought it was actual literature.
I mean, that makes you a professional.
Yeah, I think that's about it though. And we put on little shows. We'd do like these scooter shows, or we'd make up tricks and ride around on our scooter. Crazy how as a kid you think everything's so cool that you do.
I miss being able to do my BMX tricks.
Yeah, like what happened?
You broke me.
You were broken long before that.
That's true. You took my career away from me, though.
I was just the oh snap. What was that called?
Jerk.
Yeah, yeah. I was just the roundhouse kick on the camel's back.
That's funny.
And I was trying to think of that phrase that they use in wrestling. The slam, something slam.
And sandwich.
Yeah, yeah. Just a grand slam, which on the camel's back. Ooh, grand slam, which sounds good.
I know. I've been listening. I've been going through a Game Grumps phase lately. They always hate on like fast food and Denny's and IHOP, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so
Dude, I get so mad. Yeah, this literally seems so pretentious. Like people talking about fast food in a bad light. Like, dude, pretty much every fast food place has something good.
Yeah,
Like,
I 100% agree, except for Burger King.
okay. Yeah, you're one of them. Even Burger King, like their burgers are different. So I give you that. Like they're almost like boiled, like the consistency that come out. But their chicken sandwiches are like other chicken sandwiches. They have their chicken nuggets aren't good actually. So
And
they do have a lot less.
I've honestly never had their chicken sandwich, so you know what? I would try it, and you may be right. But
Have you had their chicken fries?
I'd never had a chicken fry from them, but I always wanted one. I would go through
Yeah,
cravings, being like, I really want one, I really want one,
that's weird.
and then like never actually getting one.
Yeah, they those ones are probably like their best reputation that they have on out of anything. It's like Taco Bell's nacho
I
fries.
wonder if I can get on this roof and snipe the building from there.
It's like the reputation that Taco Bell's nacho fries have. But anyway, yeah, anywhere else like Arby's is one that gets a lot of hate.
I know, and I love
I
Arby's.
really, yeah, I really like Arby's to begin with, but I'm like, they have so much variety. Like a Reuben from there, how are you not gonna like that? And like, their French dip, dude, that's so good. And I get like if you don't like the roast beef, like personal preference and stuff, because half of the menu's the roast beef, but there's plenty of other stuff too.
Yep. That's because Moist Critical, whenever they do their fast food ratings and stuff, they're always trashing Arby's, and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, y'all just
Yeah.
Arby's is so good.
Mm-hmm. Arby's to me is like probably most underrated fast food place.
I'm yeah, it would be right there with me. 'Cause, like I got other ones that people despise that like Long John Silver's. People hate it. I think it's fine.
Oh yeah.
But I'm never gonna like be all. I'm never one to be like, oh man, I really want some Long John Silver's right now.
Yeah.
But if somebody else wants it, I'm like, okay,
That's
sure.
just because it's fast food seafood. Like
Yeah.
it's unsettling just the thought of fast food seafood, but the product's actually good.
But yeah, Game Grumps, they're always trashing Denny's, and I'm like, Denny's has it has several things going for it. That I think almost every time I go to Denny's, I get something different. And then they're always talking about like, oh,
Prefer
your
Denny's
stomach.
over IHOP?
I honestly no. I think I still take IHOP over Denny's.
Yeah.
But that's not that. But I do. I mean, that just goes to further say because I really like Denny's, so like I love IHOP stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like, and then yeah, they'll talk about how, oh, we gotta go there, and my stomach's just killing me, and I'm just like, oh my god, you babies.
White people, man. That is like Mexicans can eat anything. If you grow up eating, eating menudo and all this stuff like where it's 50% grease and yeah, you can eat anything. So none of the fast food stuff bothers Mexicans or most people, honestly. But white people who have gluten intolerance and have to watch their sodium levels and all that, it's like, yeah, of course this stuff's gonna bother you when you half of your diet is kava and Chipotle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like
I think another one, like, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say because it was like they did Game Grumps did like rating blind tasting fast food burgers, chicken nuggets, and fries, and like it was to the extent that like Dan would eat it, like he would taste test the fry or the chicken nugget, and he would chew it, but then he would like spit it into a paper towel and like I'm not putting it in my body, and I'm like, oh my god, just grow up. It's just stuff like that bugs me with like
Yeah,
I just fast food is good, man. Just it's not healthy for you at all. I get it, but it's like, oh my god, it's not gonna kill you.
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
I think another one that's severely underrated, but it's been coming around is Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I always love Jack in the Box. As
Yeah,
I say, I love the extreme sausage sandwich, but like their burritos are so good. Uh,
yeah. Their whole breakfast menu is
yeah,
goated.
that's I don't honestly, yeah, I will say that. Yeah, I say I love it. It's honestly the breakfast menu. It like is
Yeah.
carries it for me.
Yep.
Burgers are fine. I'm not a huge fan of their chicken strips, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't like those cafeteria chicken strips that a lot of places have.
yeah. But it's like
But
their but yeah, their breakfast menu, like all their sandwiches, and then they have so many good burritos. They used to have a really good steak and egg burrito that I don't think they have anymore, and it had like chipotle sauce, and it was so good.
you like their tacos.
I
I
I do to I mean I'm picky, so I'm like no lettuce please. But
yeah.
I mean they're really different. But yeah, no, I think they're good. If somebody was offered had some Jack in the Box tacos and offered me one, I'd be like sure.
Those ones get a lot of hate and like honestly maybe for good reason, especially with, like the health purposes and everything,
Yeah.
but they taste good.
Yep.
But yeah, and two for $1, and they've withheld the inflation and everything. Yeah, pretty good.
But yeah, and it's like yeah, even like with pizza, everybody like they were like Little Caesars and stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, Little Caesars is so good. I
Yeah,
just don't get it.
my wife doesn't like Little Caesars.
It's
I
like
love Little Caesars. I'll give them this though. You need to eat Little Caesars within 5 minutes of it getting to your house, or else it's like it gets stale within the 5 minutes of it being hot and ready.
no, I'm not even that picky with it. I'm like, nope, give me it. I'll eat it just like any other pizza. But it's like,
Yeah.
I think the one like fast food pizza that I turn my nose up at is Domino's. But even then,
Wow.
I mean, I'll still eat it.
Yeah.
And it's like we had a Domino's by my mom's house, and so that was like a huge deal that we finally had pizza and white right, and I would still eat it like weekly, like sometimes several times a week and stuff. So even that, I'm like, yeah, sure, give it to me. But
We were a Pizza Hut family. I say that my rich friend was a Pizza Hut family, so I was over there all the time. They would get a large pepperoni and the Alfredo pasta. It was so good.
that's
That was like our order for the whole family.
yeah, I like pizza. I think I've started going more towards Papa John's lately, just 'cause he's a racist, so
Papa John's really
yeah,
good.
gotta
Yeah,
support. But 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 yeah, no, like I like
Gives
Pizza
the
Hut.
best
Pizza
interviews.
Hut's really good. Like we'll alternate between the two of them basically based on if I got Pizza Hut points or Papito and stuff. So
Yeah,
but yeah, but honestly,
we
like CC's, I love CC's.
yeah, I think CC's is pretty good. Like I like their spinach pizza.
Yeah, I know like
I think
you.
that's my main draw.
Yeah, you had even been like, "Oh, you haven't tried it," and I tried it, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is actually good." CC's made
Yeah,
spinach. CC's made spinach good. That should just be their tagline. But
that's actually a good one.
so
There's a great CC's by our house, like rivals Chick-fil-A in their service. It's
wow,
crazy.
oh
It
wow,
is just this guy just randomly bought it, and then he also became the supervisor there. And he's like so good, and they're all so nice now and extremely fast. They keep everything stocked. It's clean, and their arcade is like massive. They bought up the place next to them. Most of the CC's arcades are like
hmm,
a pinball machine and a few of the quarter turning machines and everything.
yeah,
But they got like a full on arcade there. It's
oh wow,
crazy.
yeah, because it's like CC like if I order at DoorDash, I'm like it's good. I get me my zesty pepperoni, and then like if we started going to the buffet for the first time in forever, and we've gone there to the one by our house a few times, and it's not the best. It's always got like old homeless guy outside begging and stuff like that, but it's
Yeah.
still just it's just good pizza. I don't know, like I'm not that picky when it comes to pizza. It's just
Yeah, what a spit in the face, by the way. You walk into an all-you-can-eat buffet with
I
a homeless guy begging on the outside.
know.
Don't mind me.
It's like, sir, if you get $5, they'll let you in, and you never have to leave.
I'll never be hungry again. You just walk out past like, oh, I couldn't eat another bite.
Yeah, but it's like, man, it's
I'll be
instead
sick.
we get there, we get out, and I'm like, lock the car. Even though I don't know if he knows how cars work, but it's like I don't want to take a
Okay.
chance. But anyway.
Like, please, just one slice. And you walk out. I can't even see another slice of
I sit
pizza
there
or I'm
throwing
gonna
away
be
my
sick.
crust.
Yeah. uh, Feed it
Just-
this dog.
good stuff. Uh, anyway, but yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, we get. I think I've only ever done their buffet. I don't think I've ever had their takeout, which I hear is better because it's just
yeah, because I think
prepared on its own.
I've done just flat out takeout from there a couple times, and it's always been the same. But then like at work, we DoorDash it quite a bit, and I'm always down for it. I'm like, yes, please. And then like people will be like, oh, it's disgusting. It's for it's so greasy for good hangover pizza, and I'm just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
If I'm eating pizza, I don't care that it's greasy. It's like that's kind of the point
Yeah, it's part of the deal.
of it. So yeah.
Have you ever had like real artisan pizza?
I
Like
haven't actually.
you haven't? Wow.
No, and that's like whenever they put like the blobs of pepperoni and stuff on, or not pepperoni. Like whenever I'm watching somebody,
Mozzarella.
yeah, like whenever they're
Yeah.
making like a real pizza and they're putting like 4 blobs of Bet's mozzarella on it, I'm always like, nah. Yeah.
Oh, mozzarella in every bite. What are you doing?
I still see sauce,
Gonna
but
have two
but I
bites of
would
just
still,
sauce and one
yeah.
bite of only mozzarella, like a giant glob.
The Italians are doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Like you could shred
No,
that
no,
stuff up,
no.
bro.
Give it to me.
But yeah, it's like I just like sprayed something and I saw it ding for garage door and I was like, what?
That's me.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I would try it. Like it's just I don't know if you know this about me, but I like my pizza.
I do now. Yeah, there's artisan pizza is good, like the legit Italian pizza and New York pizza, and I don't like Cincinnati pizza. That's like the box pizza, like the type of deep dish that Pizza Hut does and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm not crazy about that.
Yeah, I don't like that one, but I think that's Cincinnati. I might be completely butchering that. And then Chicago pizza, I do like that one. It's upside down, deep dish, um, where the cheese is like in the middle, and then the sauce is on top.
I haven't
Yep.
haven't heard about that.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. And all the toppings are underneath the sauce.
Oh. I'm
Yep, yep.
honestly not a huge sauce person with my pizza. Like, I remember, yeah,
It's funny because
remember back at work that one day, whenever I kept,
yeah, the
we were
sauce.
we were recording Doki Doki Literature Club,
You couldn't
and it
stop
was
talking about the sauce.
that's the one thing that can run a pizza faster than anything for me is if I'm just getting mouthfuls of sauce every bite. I'm like, come on.
She always insists that manga is literature too. This is the sauciest pizza I think I've ever had.
It's good.
I mean,
Looks really
she's not
good.
wrong, I guess.
I mean, I guess so, but
Okay. There. Oh my god, it's so saucy. Ugh. Oh. Oh, that was like a mouthful of sauce.
you,
Is there any chance you could do me a big favor?
Look at your voice.
Break character. I won't ask you to join, but
But yeah, so that's my rant on fast food. Is I hate whenever people just bash it because I'm like, come on, I know it's it is literal just garbage, but it's good garbage and people need to stop acting like it's not. It's literally
If it
like
wasn't good, would they not have, or why would they have thousands of restaurants literally all across the country?
it's scientifically formulated to be good. If like the one thing it should be is good.
They literally make it in a lab. They literally pump these animals full of hormones to taste the best they can possibly taste. Yeah, I watch a food reviewer who does the same thing. He reviews a lot of like fast food stuff, and he always talks a bunch of mess. It makes me so mad.
But it does make me like I'm so used to it at this point that whenever somebody does like praise fast food, I'm like, yes, thank you. Like it's like
Yeah.
like whenever Charlie, well, like I watch all their
Oh, he
trailers.
loves Taco Bell.
Yeah, yeah, whenever they ranked like everything for Taco Bell, I'm just like, okay. And, like then like they ranked the like every chicken sandwich, and
Yeah,
like
I watched that one
they
too.
loved Popeyes, and I was like, thank you, because I was so prepared to be hurt over it.
I hate all the hate Popeyes gets. It's only because it's hyped up so much.
Yeah, this
Like,
I still love it. Like I still
no way people could taste other chicken sandwiches like what in the world? Like McDonald's chicken sandwich and Burger King chicken sandwich and all that. Like, no way they could taste those and then go get Popeyes and think it's worse
yeah
or not like
I
extremely better.
yep I
Because
100% agree. 'Cause
yeah, it's on a whole different level.
but yeah, but no, I'm like the same way because it's like I still I had maybe like 4 or 5 times over the years now where I order one and it's just not good. Like the chicken's not right. It's really tough and I hate it. And
Yeah.
those always bum me out, but I still get it basically every time I'm there because I'm like it's worth the chance.
Only thing I get there, yeah.
'Cause I'm like
At this point.
it's just good. I've started getting Popeye's wings now though. I love those.
I haven't tried this.
Every single time I'm like, Matt, stop getting these. They're not that worth it. Because they're nothing like mind blowing, but I do really like them. And I'm always like, Matt, it's just not worth the money. Just get you tenders or sandwiches or something. And then every single time I'm going to order, I'm like, I need some wings. And then I get them and they're so greasy. And like, always have to go like scrub my face and hands after. But I'm always like, oh, that was good. I love
Dude,
it.
have you ever had a seafood boil?
I don't think I have. And it's
No
like
way.
I'm not super opposed to. I think like the most I've ever come is my dad did make like lobster and crab and stuff for us one night. Like we did,
Yeah.
and so we did like a big like surf and turf thing. And that's like the first. I mean, I've had like a like fake lobster, like I had like the lobster bites from Long John Silver's and stuff. But I would think that was my only time I've had like real lobster and crab. And
Yeah.
my takeaway was it's good, but it's not worth all the work you got to put into it. But
Yeah.
but I have like thought about not doing one myself, but sometimes my brother-in-law and them were talking about doing like a crawfish boil and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah, crawfish are too much work. Same thing for me. It's just like it tastes so similar to shrimp, and it's a fourth of the meat in everyone, and it's like twice as long to get the meat out. But it helps you to slow down your eating, I guess, if
yeah,
anything.
that's true. That's fair.
So there's this place we go to, Fish and Tails, and literally for a pound of shrimp, it's like $12, and then you can add sausage and potatoes and corn to it, so it's like a pound and a half, maybe more, and it's like $15, and like me and Karen can share that. It's so good, and yeah, like pretty affordable too.
Yeah, I needed to start experimenting with stuff because I mean I do really like shrimp. That's like it's something I never really go out of my way for, but I do really like it, and so
I love shrimp.
like I need to start being more adventurous with that type of stuff. Uh, yeah, because like even whenever I actually go to like a seafood place, like Long John Silver's, I'll get their fish and stuff, but I go there mostly for the chicken because I really like their like beer battered chicken they have. Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, so it's like some stuff that can be too fishy for me, and I don't really like. I'm not a huge catfish fan, but you know things like shrimp and a lot of fishes that I have had I do like, and so I want to start trying to be a little more adventurous with that side of things.
I worked with this girl today. Just randomly, like, got her as a partner, and she's from Nigeria. So I was asking her about like what food she's had because she moved here in 2017, and she really hasn't tried anything yet. She's very, like, I don't know, hesitant to try anything new. Anyway, it was just really crazy hearing that. Like, she's literally been here 7 years. She hasn't tried Mexican food yet. Like living in the Texas area, in the Dallas area. I'm like, that's wild. She said her dad loves tamales, but she's never like actually tried it. He brings them home and has her try it, and she never actually does. And yeah, she's like really not tried anything. I was trying to put her on a bunch of stuff whenever she was working with me, but it's just wild.
Yeah, that's like more impressive than anything.
Yeah.
That she's managed to avoid it.
It's just, yeah, she's pretty much only ate food from home. She said she just makes food and all still Nigerian food. And then she said she likes Chinese food. But she hasn't tried Korean food, so she legitimately meant Chinese. I'm like, okay, she says Chinese, she probably just means Asian food. But no, yeah, she just means like a Chinese takeout. Like that's all she said. So yeah, and I was asking her how she liked the U.S. and what. It was a very very interesting conversation. I asked her like what was polarizing for her, what was like culture shock whenever she moved here. And she's like, people are very disrespectful to like old people and to strangers and stuff like that. She's saying that they call each other like cousin or aunt or uncle. If you don't know who it is and you need to get their attention, you say that, like, hey cousin, and they'll turn around or something. But she's like, here they like wave at you or whistle or like, hey you, hey, like that or something. She's like, yeah, that was like culture shock. It was funny. Then she brought up like the politics and how in the debates it's like just like personal attacks at each
Yeah.
other and everything. It's just like they literally just like call each other idiots and dumb and fat and all that. She's like, that's how it's become in Nigeria too, though. The politics are just a bunch of insults to each other. And she said people have also just become very blunt and rude over there and everything, especially like in the public sphere. I'm like, yeah, I saw that video of that reporter that went viral a long time ago where he was interviewing the guy. He's like, why are you gay? she like started dying laughing. And she's like, you are gay. She said the next part on it. She's like, oh, I love that video. He just has a guest on and literally introduces his guest. He's like, today we are talking to, and this is his name, and then he just turns to him and he's like, why are you gay? The guy's like, excuse me? And he's like, you are gay. And he is gay, but he's just like he brings that up right off the bat, and that's his question. The guy's just like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "You are gay."
I think I have this building mostly done. There's like one ledge up here on the top I'm trying to get, and
Well,
so anyway.
what do you think about the live action Minecraft?
Uh, honestly, well, okay. First, I wanted to see it just out of morbid curiosity over how bad cringy it could be. But now I actually kind of don't want to support it. It's like I kind of want to see it just for the meme. But I also now at the same time they went on this huge copyright strike running down on YouTube.
Yeah, I
yeah,
hear about that.
and I
Did they
can't.
get us?
They haven't gotten us yet. But it's anybody that was like talking about the trailer and showing any clips of the trailer, they were striking the video, and I was like,
Ow.
I hate that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember like Mumbo Jumbo is somebody I watch, and his actual review of it was that he was actually excited for the movie and thought it looked like it could be fun and stuff, and they still ended up copywriting his video, and I was like, come on, man. And so that alone has made me kind of not want to support the movie, but you know that
Joe
doesn't mean that there's so I could still watch the movie without supporting. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah.
I,
But I do anytime I don't want to support a movie.
I gotta. That's a big deal for the couch potatoes listening at home. I don't like doing that, but you know what? Desperate times. They hurt Mumbo. Okay. But yeah, but it's like honest thoughts though. It looks so atrocious. It looks like it'll be so painful to watch.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking, have you ever seen the Dora movie?
No, I forgot it existed.
Yeah. So do you know like the premise or at least like the framing, I guess, of the movie, how they made it?
Mm-mm.
It's like it's very self-aware that it's live action and everything, and it puts her in the real world, so like people think that she's schizophrenic or something. Like they make schizo jokes all the time about her because she turns and talks to nobody and everything. So like that is a very clever way of putting it, and like the movie actually got a lot of props for doing that type of stuff. Anyway, whenever I heard about the cast for the Minecraft movie, I thought it was going to be very self-aware and was going to be poking fun at itself and being like a dumb comedy about it and stuff. But no, it's like they literally just chose these people to be star power.
Yep. Just Borderlands all over again.
Yeah.
Which
When will you learn?
yeah, I Borderlands disappointed. Like I don't know. It was just I saw the moment I saw the casting, I was like, this is gonna be atrocious, and then I hated.
It was.
I wanted to be wrong, and then
Did you watch it?
no, but I still want to.
Yeah, it's coming to Amazon like immediately now.
Oh, okay. Because it's just I don't know. It had such potential to be a fun movie, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you blow it? But
The
also,
Fallout series was amazing.
that's what I heard. I heard
I'll
it
have
was
to watch
really
that.
good. I've been curious.
Yeah.
Whenever, if I ever decide to watch TV shows again, that's definitely on my list. Because, yeah, I heard it was really good. But it's like people were talking about with Borderlands anyway. It was a weird idea for a movie, just because Borderlands is absolutely not carried by its story at all. It is.
Yeah.
It is 100% gameplay first and foremost, and so whenever you're taking that out, it's already weird. But I was still like, you know what? It could be fun. It could be a fun Guardian style movie, and
They got people like the ones who made Dungeons and Dragons to make
know.
it, where it's just kind of disconnected and it doesn't have a super serious story. Just good characters, get good action, good comedy. Like
yeah,
nobody cares about the villain in movies like that. Nobody cares about
I
the actual
just
underlying premise.
replayed Borderlands, and I still could not tell you who the bad guy's name is. I think it's like Commander Steel or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's just that non important. But yeah, it's just Yeah, but in, like the Dungeons and Dragons movie is just a great example. Like that's a movie. If somebody just told me, "Hey, Dungeons and Dragons movie," I would not care. But the
Yeah.
trailer made me laugh so hard, and then going and seeing it, I was like, "Okay, this was."
One of the funniest movies
It's
I
just
saw all year.
yeah, it's just such a fun movie, and I'm like, just do that.
That was the year that I literally went back and watched I just went to the top 100 comedy movies of all time, and I was picking random ones to watch in that list. And then I watched Dungeons and Dragons. It was funnier than half of those movies.
Yeah, it's so good. And then I rewatched it again, and I'm laughing just as. Oh, speaking of which, you were asking about horror movies and comedies. Have you watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
No, that one is on my list too.
Yeah,
I love a guy who's in Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn and everything. I forget his name. He's one of the main characters, the white skinny one.
Oh, is it Adam or Alan Tudyk or whatever?
Yeah, Alan
Yeah.
Tudyk.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
love him.
I know him. He's dodgeball guy to me. He's Pirate Steve.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I forgot his name.
yeah, we watched it and like we watched it a while back. I saw the kill count over it and I was like, that looks like a fun movie. And then we ended up throwing it on one day and watching it and we loved it. And then we actually just watched it like last Friday at my mom's house. And we put it on because Norman wanted to watch it. And I'm sitting there laughing just as hard again at it, and Jeremy was watching it, and he was laughing really hard at it and stuff. Like, it's a really just fun movie, and so yeah, that's a great one for if you're looking for a good modern comedy.
Yeah, that one's on my list, so I'll probably put that one forward.
And say it's a good non-raunchy comedy, which is hard to find nowadays.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
So,
I mean, I feel like that's actually been becoming more mainstream. Family friendly has been becoming more mainstream in general, but also R-rated has become more mainstream, which is
also, well,
kind
yeah,
of contradictory. But both, I'm talking about like the blockbuster variety, because there was always R-rated movies, but they were never doing really well.
yeah.
But now both family movies and R-rated movies are doing well in box
Yeah,
office.
that's
so.
exactly like everybody talks about. Like one of their biggest complaints with Borderlands was that it should have been R-rated, and the moment they decided to make it PG-13, they like already lost a huge point of that because movies just nowadays have no reason to just not be R-rated if they need to be because it's not gonna affect box office. It's like you're only hurting yourself, and so like Deadpool's proven that 3 times now.
Talk about Deadpool? Did I ever tell you I watched it?
I'm sure we did. Well, but I don't know. What did you think about Deadpool? Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think we did.
Oh, did we not? Okay.
What were you gonna say? Do you think we did?
I was gonna say I think we did that. We had talked about like you didn't like the plot very much, but that's kind of who cares? It's a Deadpool movie.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, because that sounds.
Or
like
that may
my
also
thoughts
just
on
be a
it.
generic thing that I've heard a million other people talk about with it. Because
Maybe.
I could also list off other.
That's usually my
reviewers I've
opinions
heard.
are the generic thing. So you'll hear everybody else say.
This is I enjoyed it. I think it was a fun movie. That's a thing I've started. That's a thing I've started having to use more. It's like I don't want to say movies are good or anything. I'm just like it was a fun way to spend 2.5 hours. Is like the best praise I can give things nowadays.
Yeah, that's honestly like there's too much weight on if the movie's good and a good piece of cinema or whatever.
It's like I honestly try my best to keep things subject. I like my fair share of trash movies. I like Green Lantern and stuff. But so I'm never gonna just be one to be like, oh, this movie's awful. Nobody watch it except for it's the Strangers Chapter 1. But beyond that, I'm normally just like, I didn't really like it, or okay, I had things I didn't like about it, things I liked about it, or I'm just like, nope, I enjoyed it. That's how like I was with like Bullet Train. I'm like, that was a very enjoyable, fun movie.
Yeah, I really like Bullet Train too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey,
what's up?
Gladiator 2.
That word?
I I after seeing the trailer for it, I'm honestly like kind of optimistic. I want to see it. It looks good. I'm actually.
Wow.
I know. I was not prepared for that. Was so ready to roll my eyes, and then I was like, hang on, hang on. This looks like it's got the same stuff going on." So
Sauce.
for the couch potatoes at home, Gladiator's my favorite movie. And I rolled my eyes so hard, and I mean, the movie could end up being a million, like, huge success and awesome, and I would still tell you that Gladiator does not need a sequel and stop making sequels to things that are 20 years old just for the nostalgia bait. But with all that said, it looks like it looks good, and I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Um, well, about Gladiator first. Did you hear all the hate it's been getting?
Uh-uh.
So, nothing like crazy about the actual movie, like nothing about sustenance, but about historical accuracy and about the music that they chose in the trailer.
Oh,
But people are like,
for Gladiator 2 or 1?
yeah, Gladiator 2. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, because I know people had issues, like the first one has like historical inaccuracies, and
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
care about that stuff
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Like, what was the one? Oh, The Greatest Showman stuff. Everybody was getting mad that because the real guy
He couldn't sing.
is terrible or something. Yeah,
Oh.
that too. But apparently he's like a terrible person, and the movie makes him look good and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I like the movie, so
Yeah, that's I think
I'm
stuff
like,
like that's
here's my opinion on the movie. But yeah, and the biggest complaint I heard was the music that they chose for the trailers. That it was like modern songs, and they had like Nicki Minaj or something like that
Yeah,
was singing
stuff
one of the
like that.
trailers.
I do like. I do not like stuff like that. But
Yeah, and people are like, I just hope it's not actually in the movie. Like, just get good like scores, like
yeah, get the
good
Smite 2
dramatic
soundtrack.
scores. Yeah.
Smite 2 soundtrack is actually so good. It's like so epic.
Yeah, that stuff like gets you going, man.
Yeah.
It gets you in the movie if you can get a good soundtrack going.
Yeah.
And movies are not doing well at that anymore. Like back from the 80s, we have so many songs that all of us can whistle and hum from memory, scores from movies. But now it's like nothing. Even like Avengers, people don't even know what the theme song for Avengers even is,
Yeah.
except maybe from TikTok.
Yeah. And I try to do guess that movie theme sometimes, and it's always just like pirates and Harry Potter, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. Whenever you said people were going to be complaining or were complaining about it, my first thought was AI, that they had done something
Oh,
like that. It's like every time I hear
yeah.
backlash about a movie now, it's always something AI related.
Yep. Probably will be too, but
Um.
I was going somewhere else before that, but I
Oh,
forget.
I got you sidetracked. Speaking of AI related backlash, though, another it if it sounds good to you, another recommendation is have you watched Late Night with the Devil?
No, I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, we watched it a few weeks ago, and the end kind of falls apart. Is a little bit much for me, but most of the movie I did thoroughly enjoy. They do really good at kind of getting you into it and just kind of going with things. And then like you get to a point whenever you forget it's a horror movie until stuff starts happening and you're like, "Oh." And then things recover and you're like, "Okay, okay." And so like it's a really good like balance of like tension and then hitting you with something big, but then yeah, the ending kind of goes crazy. But yeah, I would say if it looks intriguing, then you'll probably end up liking it.
Okay. Is it exactly what it sounds like?
What's
Like
it?
devil stuff?
It's I mean it's just a guy. Do you know the premise of the movie at all?
Nothing at all
Oh,
except that
it's
he's
like
like a
a
late
found
night show.
yeah, it's like a found footage style. and it's like it's showing as if it's like an actual like late night episode from back in the 70s, and
Okay.
the main guy is like it's like sweet, so he's trying to get his ratings up, and so he's doing
Okay.
like all this big controversial stuff and getting all these like supernatural people on. So he has like a sidekick on, and then he has a little girl who's been like possessed by a demon and stuff like that on, trying to like drive up ratings, and then chaos ensues and stuff. And so yeah, and then
Okay.
there is some piecing together of story that honestly is not really explained, and I probably wouldn't have kind of understood what all was going on if it wasn't for listening to Deadbeat podcast and having them break it down for stupid old me. But yeah, if you're like a movie that takes a little bit of thinking and stuff, then
Yeah, I love
yeah,
those.
it's a yeah, it would be one that I'm sure would benefit from rewatching to see like,
Yeah.
oh okay, so but yeah, some stuff on it's really cheesy and stuff because uh they have like one ghost effect in general that whenever it happened I was like, come on, that looks so stupid. But
Horror horror movies in general, for me, I've seen a consistent drop off in the final act
yeah,
on pretty much every movie.
yeah, I would agree. But yeah, no, it's if the concept sounds intriguing, then you'll like it. Is kind of my take on it because most of the movie nails it really good. So, but it was getting backlash because of they used AI for some of the. It has like little uh illustrations and like cut to commercial things and stuff like that, and they apparently used AI for a lot of that, and so they got some backlash over it.
That's what AI is for, though.
That's kind of
Like,
what, yeah, because they were talking about that on the podcast, and they were kind of like, yeah, you could just pay somebody to do it, but also at the same time, they're like, it's fine, like
yeah,
it's
the
not
most
that
trivial
huge.
thing.
It's not like they're replacing an actor or anything. They're literally just generating some pictures.
Eventually, it's gonna be mainstream, whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
So, the people that are getting backlash and getting people to protest their movie and everything, or whatever projects because of it, they're just the ones who are early and get the brunt of it. But eventually, it'll just be mainstream and everybody will be doing it. So
Yeah, 'cause I think, I
people
mean,
lose interest.
as long as I think you're not doing like, AI script writing, I think is not something we need to
Yeah.
be doing yet. But doing something as simple as quick little illustrations that are on the screen for 3 seconds while a show is fake cutting to commercial, I'm like, come on, just it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
So
It's so hard. We'll end up seeing where it goes, but it's so hard to even know how to monitor all that and to
yeah,
keep it under control.
yeah, know where to draw the line and stuff. It's just
Yep.
the
Scary
future.
times. You sure Squidward was onto something, man. Did you ever watch the Jordan Peele movies? I don't know if I asked you that
Oh
or not.
no, you did ask. I haven't watched any of them yet, but they are on my to watch list. At least no, like probably watch the others just because I mean you're saying good things. I've heard good things.
Yeah, so out of those three, Nope is my favorite. I didn't know this, but then I watched the kill count, and he said that one was his favorite out of the three too.
That's his favorite movie of the 2020s so far. He loves
Oh
that.
wow.
He loves that movie.
Yeah, a lot of symbolism in it. I mean, you've already seen the kill count, I assume.
Yeah,
Huge spoilers, man. It's
I
crazy.
know. It's because a lot of times, like, if somebody was like, "Hey, there's this horror movie called Nope, go see it," I'm like, I'm not going to. Like, it's just, yeah, I spoil basically every movie before I watch it, with very, very few exceptions. But it's just because I honestly believe if I didn't do that, I would not care enough to go see the movie to begin with. It's
Yeah.
like I treat the kill count like whenever I watch it as like a mini watching of the movie. Like like stuff will get revealed in the kill count, and I still get my factor of it. Like that's happened several times in movies, and then that's normally what pushes me to be like, okay, I'm gonna go watch it. And so it's like, yeah, I get spoiled not in the movie, but I get the gist of the story, and then if it interests me,
Gotcha.
then I go watch. But
Yeah.
there will still be like Long Legs specifically. I was like, I don't want to spoil anything. I want to experience this movie just completely blind. And
That wasn't worth.
I mean, that movie's weird. I mean, it was creepy. That movie is unsettling to an insane amount. Like you just never feel safe in it. But again, the last act is just like, oh my god, these people. Like it's just people
Yeah.
turn stupid and they're not doing things, and then it's just
Most
I don't know.
most that I've seen, like the most common trend I've seen in these horror movies is the last act turns into an action movie.
That's really yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, like you. First off, you lose a lot of the effect once you reveal the killer or the monster and stuff.
Yeah.
If you end up revealing them, that's why like Scream is good because it's literally right at the end they're revealed.
And that's
Then you got
honestly
another 5 minutes.
every time I like watch watch it or anything of it, like Scream 6, I loved Scream 6, and it's still I'm like
Yep.
that ending is so over the top to me. I'm like, 'cause it's just I was like it was too much. I remember
I mean,
I was disappointed in the moment.
yeah, all Screams since like two, maybe. Yeah, I would say since two.
Yeah,
All
honestly.
Screams since two have been a bit contrived because they're just linking everybody in the family. And what's the guy's name who died in
Dewey.
two?
Oh, died in
No,
2,
in two.
Randy. Yeah.
Randy, yeah, they're saying Randy might come back too. He was possibly he signed on for 6.
Oh.
He's the one who got pulled into the van, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He signed on for number 6, and he thought he was going to be coming back, but they ended up not using him. So he might come back.
No, I
So I'm
see
like,
it's stuff like that. I'm like, don't do it. Just don't.
yeah,
Like it's because even with me complaining about Scream 6 like that, and it's just crazy. Like that's a series that like everybody I watch, I have some very critical people I watch, and they will still always say there's like no bad Scream movie. They are all the worst one is still a solid movie, and it's like they are not even comparable to actual garbage slasher sequels like of anything else. And
yeah,
I'm like, every time there's a new Scream movie, I'm like, ugh, is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be the bad Scream movie?
yeah. Hopefully they don't ruin their legacy,
Yep.
man.
And then so it's like things like obviously I like Randy and stuff, but I'm like, no, don't bring him back, don't do that. And then
Yeah.
I'm really worried with Scream 7 because of all the drama with Melissa and what's her name, Jellybean Head, Jenna Ortega.
Yep.
Because like I'm like, oh, that means they're having to rewrite this entire script. They're losing their plan. I was like, are they gonna be able to piece it together? They're getting Nev Campbell back, so I'm like, okay, but what are we doing? And then yeah, I've been hearing news lately that yeah, it's planned to be like this like legacy sequel more than 5 was, and I'm like, I don't know. I think y'all are
Yeah. I
are
mean,
trying to play catch up right now and get you to just chill. And then like there's been a rumor for years and years and years about Stu coming back from the first movie. He was supposed to be a killer in Scream 3. It was supposed to be that he had actually lived and he was going to be in prison and orchestrating the kills using like a cult of teenagers that were following him. And they ditched that because of Columbine. And yeah, rewrote it all. And so now ever since then, it's been a constant thing of, oh, is Stu gonna be alive? You know, they were already thinking about doing it. And I'm like, I hate that idea because I'm like, it wouldn't make any sense at all.
yeah.
So, especially now because they acknowledged that in Scream 6 with whenever Kirby and Mindy are talking and they're like, you know, some people think he's still alive, and I'm like, Kirby is an FBI agent. She would know if he was still alive. Don't do that. And so, like, yeah, if they ever try to bring him back, I'm gonna not like it. So, yeah, every single time there's a new Scream movie, I'm like wincing,
Yeah, and
bracing
it's
for
like
it. Because it's just,
these are like Yeah, it was actually us that that orchestrated it, and that orchestrated your, or it was me that orchestrated your mom's death, and I had them kill her. Then it's like, and I'm your
Yeah,
brother, I'm your sister, I'm your cousin. I'm
yeah, yep. I
like, yeah,
I'm
it's
that
getting a
same
bit
way.
too much on that.
I'm that same way with it. Where like I think Scream 3 is fine. I don't love it, but yeah, it's like
It's
they've
by
come
far my least
close.
favorite.
They've come close several times to just going too far with it. Like for me they've managed to stick the landing every time, but I'm like just stop stop thinking you're invincible, Scream.
Yeah. So going back to Jordan Peele's stuff, out of those three, I would probably say it goes Nope, Get Out, and then Us. But Us was the scariest of the three, like by far.
I gotcha. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
got yeah, nice. Did I get my achievement? Yay! Tall order. Completely clean the fire station job without standing on the
Two.
scaffolding. I guess it could be like up on the roof while you're over there doing it.
Yeah.
Nice. That was fun.
Oh, here's my controller sensitivity. Hey.
Oh, it actually moves you.
Great.
I'm using my turbo nozzle on you. Back to the job. Stop screwing around. So, Beetlejuice.
I haven't seen the first one.
You haven't seen the first? That actually does amaze me.
Oh.
I've not watched it ever until we started. Me and Bella threw it on. Honestly, I think it was last Halloween, and it was fine. I was enjoying it, but we turned it off to go to sleep because we got tired, and then I don't think ever went back to it. But she loves it. She's seen it a lot, and but it's another thing. I'm like, I don't stop making sequels to things that don't need sequels. Just make a new movie.
Yeah.
It's just, it drives me crazy. I've tried to stop being so cynical on everything lately, but they make it so hard. It's just,
Yeah. You ready for Toy Story 5?
I've never watched before. Is there actually a 5 coming?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't
and
even
a Frozen. They confirmed 2 new Frozen movies.
I actually don't think I
Man.
ever watched Toy Story 3 completely. I've only seen bits and pieces of
Toy
it.
Story 3 was great and was a perfect ending. That's
Yeah.
what everybody says
That's
too.
what I've seen the ending, and I've just seen bits and pieces of it throughout. But I've not seen anything of 4. But yeah, that's kind of what I've always thought. And it's just
4 was a good movie. Like everybody says that too. They're like, yeah, it was a good movie, but they should have just ended at 3 and done something new.
bummer.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and then as far as Frozen goes, I turned off Frozen 2 halfway through and never finished it. I did
Yeah,
that one
same.
I did turn off because I didn't like it.
Yeah, I was talking about the Jordan Peele movies. I never finished that.
I'm sorry.
That one. Nope was an amazing movie. It was good all the way through, and you already know everything about that pretty much. Did you watch the Get Out one?
Yeah.
The Cookout?
Yeah, but it's
Oh, you
been
did.
forever. I don't remember like every single detail of it. Like, the Nope one just came out like just a few
Yeah,
months ago, so that
Yeah.
one's pretty fresh on my mind. But
And Nope was shot on IMAX cameras. Dude, it looks so nice. Like, I was watching it, and I watched all 3 back to back, so whenever I got to Nope, I'm like, what in the world? This is so nice. Like, looks like Top Gun and stuff. Just the camera quality and everything. But I love Stephen Yeun too, so his character in there was great.
I didn't even know that's how you pronounce his name.
Stephen Yeun, Stephen something like that.
Yeah.
Might be wrong.
No, I mean I would believe you on it. I don't know. I don't know if I've
Yeah,
ever
you
heard
can
of
believe me. I might be wrong though. And then yeah, Get Out was, or not Get Out. Us was very creepy, very unsettling. I was on edge like for most of the movie, but same thing. Final act was pretty bad, and then once you find out like the spoilers and stuff, it kind of just falls flat.
And Get Out. Or did you already talk about Get Out?
I didn't talk about Get Out. That one was just good overall, very low budget, and the premise is really cool. Spoilers are really cool. Final act felt like Ready or Not. Like it turned into Ready or Not at the end of the movie.
Well, like
But
Ready or Not's final act, or Ready or Not the rest of the movie in general.
not the final. Well,
Okay.
kind of the final act. Yeah, no, kind of the final act, but not that type of
Yeah, gotcha.
death and everything. But yeah, it was pretty good, and yeah, I already knew like the spoiler, but there was still other stuff that I didn't know about it going into it, and still got a few shockers and everything. So it was nice.
Have you watched any of the new Halloween trilogy?
No, I haven't watched any Halloween movie ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty decent. I'd say it's
Yeah.
that's what my mom's favorite slasher series is. My mom and his sister are both like huge horror movie fans. Always have been, and they're like, I never liked it. What you're right. Did you write Bello or did I or did was that already here?
I wrote Bello.
What was Bello? I don't get it.
It's the minions saying hello.
Oh, is that how? Okay, I didn't
Bello.
know that. That's
It was you the other night. That
oh,
sounds weird.
oh. Oh, whatever. Oh, in Among Us.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just. I don't even know
Hello.
what I was saying. I was just making noises and then playing clips from YouTube. But no, my mom and sister love horror movies, and I always hated them until I don't know, I started watching Kill Count, and then that made me get interested in it, and then they stopped scaring me as much because I used to just always get scared of them, and then yeah, I got over it, stopped being such a baby. But yeah, my mom, Halloween's her favorite, and there are stinkers in it, and also a million different timelines, and so
Yeah.
it's easy to get lost in it.
All
But
the resets that they do and everything.
yeah, but I think honestly the new trilogy is not terrible. Like I think the 28 because it all and to have like the caught up full story is they just you do the very first Halloween from 1978, which is basically where they all come from except for Rob Zombie, because this is just complete remakes. But yeah, you do Halloween 1978 and then the new trilogy because because there was like they added in Halloween 2 back in forever ago that Michael and Laurie, which is Jamie Lee Curtis's character, were siblings, and they Halloween 2018 ditches that, and so like they even like throw it in. They're like, nah, that's just some rumor people made up and stuff, and so like they just completely decanonized that for theirs. But yeah, it was uh the first one. People generally tend to agree. I mean, the first one of the new trilogy. People tend to agree is like a good Halloween movie. It's like it is like really spooky. Michael is brutal in these and stuff like that, and it does good at. Honestly, it would have been, I think, fantastic if it had honestly not been a trilogy and just ended there. It would have been really good. But yeah, and then the second one, Halloween Kills, is frustrating and stupid characters. It's just, but if you want a movie of just carnage and Michael being ruthless, then that's exactly what it is. And then the last one is very, very different and very divisive. And I remember I watched it and I was like, oh, people are gonna hate this. But I actually genuinely really liked it, and it's a contender for my favorite of the trilogy. It changes things up big time and stuff. And I was like, so, if you get into a binge and wanting something, then honestly, yeah, they're, they're different. I mean, the first one's not too different. The second one is the worst of the three. Like, and everybody will always say that. It's like Halloween Kills is the worst of the three of the new trilogy. It's so frustrating. People are so stupid. But if you want to see just Michael kill people, then that's the movie for you. And then yeah, the last one is a fun one of just. I'm always like, so what do you think of Halloween Ends? Because yeah, it's different. So there's that as well.
Like if you just give it a rating, 1 to 10,
The for everything as a whole or each of
Halloween Ends.
um 7. I don't know. Yeah, 'cause
So
yeah, 'cause
it's pushing.
yeah, it's I haven't watched it again since, but I also wouldn't be opposed to watching it again. And it has some really good creepy scenes in it too. And the opening honestly was really good. The and so I think if nothing else, watch the opening scene of it. But
I might try it out. I honestly haven't seen any slashers aside from Scream.
yeah, they can get really schlocky really fast on this, obviously. But this one, because most of the really bad Halloween movies are from the original timeline of like Halloween 1, 2, like 1 through 6,
Yeah.
basically. And then Halloween H2O came out, and that was the first like reset, where then it just goes Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O. You wrote help too. I just saw that. uh, and H2O is my mom's favorite. Then the H2O is really good. That one's really Scream because it came out like right after Scream, so it was very Scream inspired. So that timeline's good too, except for the fact that after H2O is Resurrection, and that is the worst Halloween movie. So that one is atrocious. But you know, you can always just watch Halloween 1, Halloween 2 are both really good, obviously solid movies. Halloween H2O is good, and so you could go that path, or you know, watch the Halloween and then the new trilogy, or do them all. I don't know. It's a very
You ever
much
seen The
choose
Tire?
your own adventure. Do what?
Have you ever seen The Tire?
The tire? Oh, is like the one with the killer tire?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's Rubber, isn't it the name?
Oh, it is called Rubber, right?
But no, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. It just sounds so stupid. But no.
I've seen The Blob, the original or that
Oh,
old one.
yeah.
I've seen that one before, and I think they parody the kills from The Blob on on Rubber.
Oh, did they? How was the
Yeah.
blob?
It was hilarious.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean it's not supposed to be funny. It's just super corny.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fun watch. Me and
Uh,
Daniel watched together a long time ago.
I don't know, like on Dead Meat they did they called it Murder March Madness, and they did like a bracket of a bunch of just horror villains and pit them against each other. Like they have like a bracket and do it like tournament style, and they just say like, okay, this Michael and Jason, you know, who would win in a fight between the two of them, and then winner moves on down the bracket and stuff. And at the like ultimately overall everything ended with like Michael and against the blob because the blob was just consuming everything, and they're like, what do we even
Yeah.
do? And they're like, Michael doesn't know how to freeze it. And so he's just gonna walk up and try to stab it, get his arm disintegrated off and stuff. So it was just funny that they threw the blob in as a joke, and it ends up just sweeping it because they're like, there's nothing that can even stop this. So,
Unless there's some kind of ice monster that it goes up against.
yeah. But yeah.
Yep.
But
Good
yeah.
times.
But yeah, with the slide, we started watching. I've watched a decent bit of the Jason movies. Freddy vs. Jason, I think, is a really fun movie. But I've hadn't watched any of the Freddy movies until a few months ago. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was fine. I was like, it's just,
Yep.
I don't know. I've never really cared about Freddy, so
Depp.
do it.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, yeah, he turned into a fountain of blood. Spoilers. Oh, have you watched any of the Child's Plays with Chucky?
I feel like I've seen one forever ago, but
Those
nothing
are
that I
honestly,
remember.
I think, pretty consistently good, with the exception of Seed of Chucky. Seed of Chucky's pretty not good. It's a good one to watch.
The original Bride of Chucky isn't bad.
Bride of Chucky's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Bride of Chucky, it's on Seed of Chucky's the sequel to Bride of Chucky. And that one is when things are like, okay, we need to get back on track. And then they do. With like they took several years, and then they came out with because Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, they tried to be more comedy focused because again, it's in the Scream era, so everything's copying Scream. And Bride, I think, was good and pulls it off, and then Seed is just like, oh my god, this is so obnoxious. But then they came back several years later with Cult of Chucky, and it was way more serious, and I thought that one was really good. Or they had Curse of Chucky, and then they had Cult of Chucky, and both of those were good. And then they lead into the TV show, and I haven't seen the TV show, but it looks good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
So, but yeah, it's like the original Child's Play trilogy, even before Bride of Chucky, I think those are all pretty consistently good. And say they were a fun watch. We binged all of those, and I enjoyed it. So that's another slasher review.
I wouldn't mind watching those ones either.
Yeah, they're funny. Like it's a really good combination of. Oh, I don't want to say too spooky. I mean, there's suspense because you're always like, oh, where's Chucky? But Chucky's just funny. Like his one-liners were like great, and then like they get way. It's just like. There's like some big ones.
Parody of itself eventually.
Like, yeah, especially once you get to like Bride, Chucky, and like even in like Curse of Chucky and stuff. Well, we're at 99%. Even at like let's say even whenever they started ditching the comedy side of things, Chucky still just always has his little one-liners and they're really funny. I don't know. You can look for the hanging planner. The lawnmower is not completely clean apparently. Oh, okay, the lawnmower and a lawnmower engine are two separate things on here. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's the underside of them. I think. Come on. There we go. Nice! I like watching the time lapse. It's like my favorite part.
Yeah, what you do. Bello.
Bello. Anyway, you done?
Yeah, I
Alrighty.
think I'm done for tonight.
I think this
This
was
is a job well done.
I think this was a
I'll
successful
I'll have a good
podcast.
night of sleep tonight.
After relaxing.
Yeah. After doing all this hard
I
work.
know. we did 2 jobs. Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
We cleaned the entire fire station without
My
any
wife
scaffolding.
doesn't appreciate the work I do.
Show her the time
honestly.
lapse.
Imagine when you started TikTok where we legitimately like have a video of us going up to somebody, knocking on their door, and we're like, "Hey, I noticed your yard is looking pretty bad. Like, we're wanting to do it for free." I'm like, "Oh, really? Thank you." And then we show this time lapse. Then we just monologue over top of it.
Trying to fill up the pond ain't working.
Very porous.
Bello. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I am ending the stream.
Yeah, stay bopping and stuff.
Night, everybody. Catch you in the next one.